Welcome
Hey,
to
there's
another episode of Kingdom of Nerds, the other show for now.
That works.
Everybody's watching football today, I'm assuming.
Yeah, you got these streamings all over the damn place. Monday through Friday, all over the place.
Don't worry, this will be the last time I do it. Well, not the last time I do a Sunday, but last time I do a Friday show on a Sunday. It'll be Thursday nights from now on. So
I could deal with that, but busy day. What's going on, guys? Any good?
I'm alive.
Not much.
So
I'm
am I.
alive.
I'm breathing.
Still digging out from the snow.
Yeah, it was
Listen,
like
lazy
freaking
weekend.
minus 10 when I got up this morning.
So how
when
many
I woke
how
up.
many foot of snow have you had there, Joe?
No, I haven't gotten much of anything. I just got about a half foot. It's not nothing. But out here, it's enough to screw things up. So,
We're getting a lot of down here in Texas. We're getting a lot of sleet, which gives me PTSD because of my wreck 10 years ago, the really bad one that spent time in the hospital for. I get PTSD now because of black ice. I don't go out if I don't have to because of this weather.
yeah,
Dude,
I don't
you're
blame you.
Texas, man. We deal with that every single day here.
Dude, because
In
of the
wintertime.
things changing with the climate, we're dealing with it more down here now too. I mean,
what-
this last summer was freaking horrible for us. It was almost unlivable down here.
I know. I went in July.
Yeah.
July, and it was 150. I caught COVID.
Don brought COVID with him.
Of course you did.
It
Of
sucked.
course you did.
I
But
hated
no,
Texas.
Texas was 115 plus for like 2 or 3 weeks this summer,
Think
which
about
we've
this.
never been. We've never been that bad.
That's
I got
insane.
COVID, right? I got COVID, right? I couldn't go to the wedding I was supposed to go. I couldn't drive because I was weak. There was nowhere to walk because it was like 115 degrees outside. So I was in the hotel room just looking at the ceiling. And
Yeah.
Just
Shit.
what a shit.
Yeah, it was bad, dude. And because our summers are getting worse, our winters are getting worse, which is something we're not used to down here. I mean, I'm used to it because I lived in New Jersey. I'm used to the winters.
Yeah.
But even with that, because of that wreck, and I slid on that black ice, what caused that wreck, man, I've just had PTSD about cold, frozen weather for a while now.
Yeah, the streets over here in New York City get that black ice too, so you got to be careful.
Oh yeah,
There you go. Listen,
You know, when I moved up here to upstate New York, the first 2 years were like insane. It was like a foot of snow every other week in the winters. We've barely had a foot of snow up here this winter.
well, see, I lived in
barely getting
Trenton.
snow here.
I lived in Trenton, New Jersey for 3 years, so I knew about the weather up that way. And I've been to New York. I've been in the city when it's been snowing, like bad.
It sucks. Well, the thing that's going on now, you have a lot of dead rats that are frozen because of
It's gross.
Dude,
how cold it
we
is.
had we have an alligator rescue down here in a place called Beaumont. It's down by the border of Louisiana.
Yeah.
And this alligator was frozen in the water, but he
What?
froze. He was alive still, but he froze with his snout above the water. And they do that. It's called rumination. They can actually freeze solid and survive. It's the reptile version of hibernation. It's weird.
That's crazy. Well, you know what's funny? Everybody talks about cold. You go to Alaska, right? Alaska.
Yeah.
The cold in Alaska is different than the cold over here because the climate over
Oh,
there. They have amphibian frogs that actually thrive in the snow over there in Alaska. Check it out. I was reading something. They hibernate in the snow. It's like
Well, it's like
frog
snakes
that's-
down here. When it gets really
crazy.
cold down here in Texas, the snakes will go underground and they'll hide for like 3 months. But when
Mine
they
go in
come
my basement.
out, when they
Mine come in my
emerge,
basement and curl around my hot water heater.
when they emerge, they're
What?
angry.
Yeah.
My dad's ranch, we used to have a shit ton of rattlesnakes,
Wow.
and they would go underground when it would get really cold down here, which was few and far between back when I was a kid. But like they would go underground, but then when they would come out in the spring, they were always super pissed and hungry.
Of course, because they went down there. It's like homeless people here in New York City. They burrow down into the subways and they hang out there and they're fucking around.
The one thing
I
I
only get 5 or 6 in my basement a year.
the one thing I don't miss about
Oh, yeah,
living in the one thing I don't miss about living in Brooklyn is the raccoons. They were everywhere.
Raccoons are
Freaking
hilarious.
You know what's
bastards.
funny?
Raccoons have jazz paws. Have you noticed?
I lived in the Bronx 35 years. I've seen possums, skunks,
Yep.
raccoons. It's like the bayou in friggin' in certain areas of the Bronx. It was nuts.
Possums are great. Possums are the best thing to have around. They don't carry rabies, and they eat a shit ton of ticks.
But you know what's
So-
funny?
Yeah,
about
they do,
I,
but they're
I ran into
crazy
a possum
too.
one day, and I was walking home at night, and it was like a quiet area, and the thing is standing there looking at me with his mouth open, smiling. I like backed up. It backed up, and we both went down.
Yeah.
Big ass.
My
rat.
dad, we were cleaning out one of the barns on the ranch one time, and my dad didn't know there were possums hiding up under the hay and stuff in the barn. Well, he was going at it with a hay fork, and he pulls back with the hay fork, and there's an angry possum on the hay fork, and it's biting the handle of the hay fork and freaking out. I'm like,
That's
like
crazy.
rabbit, hello.
How about this? Seeing a silhouette of a possum in a tree with the babies on its back, looking like a giant. It looks like, what the hell it is. So he's like, what the hell is that? Because the babies make it look bigger than what it is. Like, what the hell?
Coolest thing I've ever seen come out of New York, though, was I watched a rat drag a pizza box into the
Oh
sewers.
yeah, pizza rat.
Yeah, pizza rat. We got pizza rat.
Yeah, they love pizza.
I
And
saw
I'm
a rat.
like, what has he got? 4 hungry teenage turtles to feed him?
What about the rats eating the pigeons, man?
Yeah.
Crazy shit, man.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Speaking
Huh?
of pigeons, man, we get pigeons at the bus station down here, and those guys, man, they act like New Yorkers, bro. They're like, you go to kick them, push them out of the way with your feet, and they're just standing. They stand their ground. They look at you like, what? What's up? I'm a
Right,
They're
pigeon.
used to being fed by humans.
I'm a pigeon. It's like the good feathers over here, man.
Yeah, the friggin' pigeons on
Yeah.
my AC unit. They friggin' have sex dens and they be shitting all over the place. Pain in the ass.
Pigeons are
I was-
flying rats.
I was vacationing a few years ago in P Town, Robertstown, and I'm walking back from the bars at like freaking 1:00 in the morning, and it's like a mile from town to where I was staying, and I see these I'm like, why are there red cats around here? I'm like, wait, red cats? Like 5 or 6 foxes in the road. I'm like, ah. I took my keys out, like jingling.
Yeah. Cats
They were scurrying.
Dude, and then like down here we have coyotes, and coyotes are like dogs on crack.
Yeah,
Like
coyotes
seriously,
are-
like they're like, oh, I'm a dog.
Yeah,
You got
No,
any
it's
small
more
animals
than a
you don't
dog.
need?
I'll definitely bite the hand that feeds me with rabies. I tell you.
It's like
that's
it's
gross.
like, hey, do you have any small animals you don't need? Can you let them outside?
Hey, you guys got any
Interesting.
pickups to start the show? Anything you want to show?
I actually do not have any pickups. I read everything digitally this week.
That's fine.
No pickups.
So
I will plug my my beautiful gift from Stepford Wolf Comics. My if I could ever get this thing into focus here, my miniature
Planet Comics.
Planet Comics 52 that she hand painted,
Oh, that's cool.
and
pretty
that
cool.
that Astro packaged in a wonderful little homemade
that's-
little tiny Gemini box. So
Oh, that's neat.
it's fantastic. It was a wonderful gift from them. So that was the highlight of my week.
Nice.
My brother in the chat. That's funny.
Yeah, I got
Just
some
so
extra
people
one thing.
know, I live in Chiefs country, but I'm riding with the Bills tonight. It's dangerous for me to admit that. So if y'all don't hear from me, you know why.
Yes, because all Swifties took you out. Hey, what's up, Chris?
I got one.
How you doing, buddy?
I got something here. There you go.
Oh, you Bobby?
Nemesis Prime. I was able to get the Nemesis Prime, a Gemmin 10 CGC
Oh wow.
card. First card I've seen a CGC wide. This is actually, I like this case.
Yeah, I'm wondering, is that how they're doing the slabs now? Is that a new slab that they're doing it that way? Because they were used to do them and they looked like the comics almost. It was like
I
a new
know. but
label.
I don't know this because they just started doing the slabs, I guess, but this is the first one I got. I'm usually getting PSAs,
And you got a
Yeah.
10. That's impressive.
And Nemesis Prime, check them out. Instagram. And he's got a podcast too. That what else is
Well, we started our toy show. toy show. The only toys I got are back there. I had about 20 of those freaking DC things.
I don't have room, time, or energy for toys.
All right. So, last year people doom and gloom with the comic market being down, keys being down all around. No one's buying comics, blah, blah, blah. Nobody's reading comics. Marvel, DC is going to fail.
Always.
With all the good books that have come out in the last couple of months, I think that there's a new resurgence of fans that stop reading comics because someone told them not to read comics.
I could name a few names.
You got the Energon universe. We got the
dude. I just started reading
Ultimate
that Energon
Spider-Man.
stuff finally.
Yo,
I just started reading that
Commander?
Energon stuff,
Holy shit,
dude.
You read it?
Yeah, I
Not talking about Dom. Dom read a comic. Holy crap!
Well, I actually didn't. I read it. I actually read the on the comic. I didn't read the book itself. I read it online. That's what I read the whole thing. But I don't have the book physically in my hand yet.
Well, you read it online, right?
That
So
Cobra
fine.
Commander, that Cobra Commander book was. I finally started reading the Energon universe because Bruce made me. And those books are actually really good. I'm not thrilled with the art, but the story is great.
I'm going to tell you this.
I don't mind the art so much.
The cool part about that story. I'm sorry, Joe.
No.
The cool part about the Cobra Commander, he actually killed his old self, which was actually awesome. Retreat, and he killed himself as the old Cobra Commander from the cartoon.
Yeah,
that was kind of cool. The way I put it in there.
But I like the I like how the first Transformers book and the Energon stuff kind of started similarly to the old Marvel run of Transformers back in the 80s. There was a lot of similarity to the story. Oh yeah, you're completely right, Chris. I know places down here. I've got 4 shops right near me, and all 4 shops are always sold out of Marvel and DC. Always. Doesn't matter what it is. Doesn't matter what book it is. They're always sold out.
I don't think people aren't necessarily buying less comics. It's just the prices have dipped a bit. It's a seasonal thing all the time too. Around Christmas, end of the year, stuff like that, the prices always go down a bit. Prices were a little overheated. Just the market cooled off for price, not necessarily the amount of books people were buying and stuff like that.
And also a lot of newer readers aren't collecting comics. They're reading them digitally.
Yeah.
Between webtoons and
floppies and stuff have become more of the speculator market. They've become more the collector's market than most people that are just reading the books to read the books are reading them digitally these days.
Yeah.
In fact, everybody I know, the only time they go out and buy a comic is when they like a cover or something like that. They don't buy to read. They go digitally.
The covers are awesome. It's the quality of paper from Marvel sucks. And they want to give like $6.
It's always sucked.
$7.
It's always sucked.
And then you want to get, if you might as well buy the book. You're going for the cover. A lot of the art does suck. There's some good art, but the paper quality sucks. Go for a 9.8. If you find it online, you get it, and you don't have to go through the shit because most of the books that come into the shops are that little beat up, and you're paying $7 for a damn book.
Well,
it's becoming price prohibitive to.
Also, a lot of people just wait because it's more cost effective to buy the trade paperbacks. They just wait for the collections because you can get 6 or 7 issues in a collection. And whereas you're paying $6-7 for each book, you're getting the collection for like $20-30. It's more cost effective to buy the trade paperback, man.
Yeah, and then you go to a lot of LCSs will have 20-30% off their trade paperbacks and just scoop them up.
Yeah.
Or you got to have price books or an Ollie's or a place like that. Scoop up trades all the time.
I personally, I subscribe to Marvel and DC online, both of those, and then everything else, I just separately, buy them online or whatever if I have to, something that, for the longest time before I got hooked up with you guys, I haven't been reading anything but Marvel and DC, but now I'm starting to read more Image and indie stuff now.
I mean, Image still is cheap, which is nice price wise for New issues.
As people
It's
know
more
it,
reasonable.
as people see every week that I buy a ton of comics every week,
Yeah.
and I read a ton of comics, but I don't think I haven't opened one of my actual physical copies in years because I read them online.
Yeah.
No, I
I
open
don't want.
mine.
I don't want to. I
Well,
don't
when
want
I'm
to
in
touch
a
the books.
when I'm
Well,
in a better
Okay.
place financially, I'll start buying slabs again. But it's more cost effective to do it the way I do it. I'm just saying,
well,
you know.
well, look,
Hmm.
the books and plus room. It's about space. You
Yeah.
know, look, me living in a 1 bedroom apartment in New York City.
Well, you
You
and I
know,
have the same problem, Dom. We both live in a 1 bedroom apartment, so
and it's kind of hard to have a collection that you have to move it. There's no room, and like if you do want to get your books and have them, you have to put them in a storage unit. So you have to eventually go there to see what's what, and that kind
yeah.
of deflates the purpose. Look, I'll be honest with you. Since I moved a lot of my shit out of the house, I haven't gone to the comic store to buy books. I may have bought a couple here online here and there. I haven't been to the comic book store physically in 4 months. And
Well,
I missed a lot. And it kind of, in a way, it's good because once you miss a book, you don't get that FOMO to you want to buy it. But then you see a story like, oh shit, like the Ultimate Spider-Man. To be honest with you, the story is a great story. It's a fresh take on Peter Parker and that universe, and that book is definitely a hot sell. And I'm seeing copies sold the regular copy $50, which is kind of crazy.
Yeah, but I would never go chase that book for $50 right now.
No,
Read it online if you want to keep up with the story, and
I
then wait till that heat comes off of it. But I mean, to get something out of the gate like that, open order covers that
The-
are running
the
30, 40, 50 bucks.
best book I've read recently is that Ultimate Spider-Man book. It's probably been the best book I've read this week. That was awesome storytelling. Now, that being said, I don't have the problem that a lot of quote unquote comic book people have. But here's my thing. There's a narrative going around that comic book shops have never had to depend on other things to sell. That's absolutely BS. I used to work for a couple of stores back in the 90s, even when comic books were riding high. They still sold stuff like Pokemon cards, Magic the Gathering. There's always other things that are going to keep your store afloat more than books. I hate
I
to
used to
say it.
buy. I used to buy a ton of comic book T-shirts in high school and from
Yeah,
comic shops.
and that's another thing you can get at those stores. You can get but it's all memorabilia stuff. It's like
Hmm.
comic book adjacent stuff,
Well,
Yeah.
toys,
manga as well.
backpacks, all of that. Like you've got all that stuff that you can buy. I mean,
Look,
things are
You know,
things are
and
things are changing, but the comic book market has always ebbed and flowed. So, I mean,
my my nearest LCS is probably what 3 miles away, and I stopped going in there because the guy in there, he's grumpy. It smells in there, and he doesn't carry anything past the B cover. And when he does get an incentive, it's marked up $20-$30 more than what it's worth. And he doesn't do indies. And I think he's just there because he charges these kids so much to go in there and play Pokemon or Magic the Gathering on weekends. That's how he makes his money. Because nobody goes in there.
well, I hate to say it, Bruce, and this is a lot of comic book owners, and I know a couple that have modernized themselves. But a lot of comic book owners comic book store owners are still stuck in the 90s. Plain and simple, they're still stuck in the 90s. And a lot of them, these guys have been doing this 30, 40 years. And I mean, I don't blame them or anything. It's what
Yeah.
they know. But like, you get guys like that guy that went viral here recently, that comic book owner that went viral here recently online. And a lot of them have that attitude. And I'm not saying, look, you can be stuck in the 90s all you want. You can be stuck in the past all you want, whatever. But the world's going to progress without you.
Yeah.
well, look, you
There's
gotta
Plain
there's a
and simple.
couple there's a couple of stores that's opened in the last 5 years in Syracuse, New York. They're all online. They're on Whatnot. They go to cons. They're friendly and nice when you go in there. You know, you go to Free Comic Book Day in my local shop, maybe 4 or 5 people go in. You go to these newer stores, they have lines out the doors on New Comic
Oh
Book
yeah.
Day. It's insane.
Well,
well,
and that's another narrative that's been going around here lately. Oh, nobody goes to Free Comic Book Day anymore. BS, man. I got a shop right around the corner from me. Did you realize they were up here on my block during Free Comic Book Day, and they're right around the corner. They're like 2 city blocks away from me, but they were up here on my block, waiting in line for Free Comic Book Day.
Yeah,
You know what's
because they
funny?
wanted those Spider-Man books. Go ahead,
The
Dom.
whole thing with comic books and toys and collectibles. Like we hear the same thing with the pop universe for people with pops. Oh, pops this, pops that, pops. People are still buying pops. They're still putting out pops. They're still putting out stuff. Yes, mind you, yeah, they have dumpster stuff away. They threw a bunch of shit away, this and that. But there's still people out there that are collecting in that market, that niche market. There's somebody to collect with everything. Comics, figures, cards, toys, you name it. There's going to be a collector out there that doesn't care if the market goes up, doesn't care if they go down, because they enjoy the hobby. You know, look right now, the economy.
They care when it goes down.
Well, you know what? Look, I'm going to be honest with you. See the Funko Pops? A lot of them are worth money. And yeah, a lot of people collect them because of the money. I collect them because I like them. The bonus is that there's a value to them, which is cool. But I do it because I want it for me. I don't care about how much it is. I'm not selling this. I'm keeping this. You know, I'm not going to get rid of these things. So, but everybody's wants it because, value. I'm going to tell everybody right now, if you don't have the vintage shit, you ain't got any money. There's no money in the newest shit. The vintage stuff is the way to go. You stuff from the 80s and the 70s and even in the 60s. Those are the stuff. You got stuff on like the old Transformers and G.I. Joes and Star Wars. That's where the money is.
About 4 years ago, before my dad died, he had a lot of my old stuff at his lake house, like my old action figures and stuff. I actually sold a bunch of that stuff, and it out of the box, just like freestanding Transformers and GI Joes and stuff. And that stuff went for a mint, dude.
Yeah, my cousin a few years ago, he had a little container full of old Transformers that were opened. This and that. He got a couple of grand for it.
Yeah,
it was opened.
I took 6 boxes into a local store around here. They take retro toys and stuff. They sell comic books. They sell new stuff, but they also take like retro toys and stuff. They have a section. And I just took like 6 cartons. You know I'm talking about boxes, man. And I took them in there, and I made probably $1,500, $1,600.
My brother took GI Joes, the old 3 and 3 quarter GI Joes. He had a whole box of them. Brought them to a vintage store that's in Cleveland. And he bought it $800, $900. He got for the damn thing. So it's a value if people want it because people are asking for things. And I'm telling you, the vintage stuff, even if it's opened, it still has a value to it. The stuff today doesn't. If I open something brand new, the value, I lost $20, and you're not gonna get $20 back for that open figure today. You'll get $20.
But it's just like okay. My dad always said, look. I collected comics from the early 80s to all the way to the end of the 90s, the very least, and then I stopped for a while. My dad always used to tell me, because I'd be like, oh, hey, this comic's worth this comic's worth that. My dad always said, hey, look, man, it's only worth what you can get for it. Okay? Ultimately, you can look at a price guide. It can tell you what that's worth. This is worth whatever. But it's only really worth what you can get for it, if you think about it.
It's what you can sell it for. It's only worth what someone's willing to buy it from. That's what basically the market is. Like if you like I say, I always say the stuff today can never compare to the quality of the stuff from yesteryear. There's a lot of like the paper quality for books.
Paper quality for back there was newspaper.
Yeah, I know. But
come on,
quality in the 80s was horrible, man.
But there was a time where they were pumping out
volume was higher
with the paperwork. Yeah. The paper was great. Now,
the 90s.
Paper shitty. They want to charge. It's like you go to Costco, right? You go to Costco, you buy a big thing. They shrunk it down. It's not even the same size of what it was.
No,
and you're paying more money for the thing.
It's because inflation's a thing, Dom.
Yeah,
inflation's a horrible mass marketed piece of crap. Yeah. To be honest,
I want to show this. I thought it was a great article with all the news of the Transformers and G.I. Joe and nostalgia.
By the way, though, I do enjoy that Energon stuff. Thanks for pointing it out to me.
I was reading that. I read that.
10 Transformers fans want to see in the Energon universe.
We're gonna see it.
Dude, we definitely got to get Bumblebee.
Gridlock.
You will get Grimrock and the Dinobots. It's in some shape or form, definitely. They'll be stupid not to. Look, they got the whole toy box of Transformers to use.
Yeah.
So
That's
you can rest
crazy.
assured Grimrock's coming.
What Cobra Commander's got in his lab.
Wait,
That's insane.
all I know is that Megatron has some. I can't wait to see some Cobra La 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 stuff on Megatron.
We'll talk about
Yeah.
that during the review, Dom.
I'm
Jeez.
telling you, it's gonna be crazy.
Number 9, Astro Train.
Yep.
I wasn't really a big fan of Astro Train.
Wasn't this character in the original Transformers movie,
Yeah.
animated movie?
Yeah.
Astro
And
then
Train,
he
take us off. Let's go to Cybertron, and he goes, "We're too heavy. You gotta let some cargo go." Wait,
You
Yeah,
know what I
then-
remember the most from that animated movie? I hate to get us off track again, but I remember the Junk Planet robots,
Junkions.
Junkions.
Junkions. Those guys were freaking amazing.
That was Weird Al Yankovic who played
Ball weep, grana weep, Denny
Right.
Bon.
Rekon.
What exactly did he say?
He goes,
No.
I like the whole commercial. That's pretty cool. Jazz.
Number 8,
Yes.
Jazz.
He had Jazz already. He was in the issue 4. He came
Yeah.
by, he helped Optimus Prime, and then he needed energy. He lost his energy.
Number 7, Ironhide.
Of course. Gotta have
coming soon.
Ironhide.
I don't care about Ironhide. Never did.
Hey, listen, I wish they would have got rid of Ironhide, just like they got Bumblebee. I don't want to see Bumblebee. I swear to God. Hope he doesn't.
I
come back.
liked Ironhide in the movies.
Or maybe he'll come back as Goldbug. Who knows?
I don't know. I just hope they just go with the popular
Thundercracker.
Thundercracker. Number 6.
One of the Seekers.
Yep.
Decepticon Seekers.
Number 5, Sentinel Prime.
Zeta Prime.
Definitely. Listen, you're gonna see Unicron. You're gonna see all these guys coming soon. Well, I'm very surprised at how the story's gone. They really got deep into lore with Joes and Transformers already, and it's only 4 issues and one Duke book, one Cobra Commander book. It's like, damn.
The radio
Soundwave.
Transformer is Soundwave, but the
Soundwave, that is my favorite Transformer.
Laserbeak, Frenzy, Buzzsaw,
Or
Yeah,
Rumble.
Rumble are his 4
Ratbat.
cassettes.
Ratbat,
For bad.
Ratbat, yeah.
Ratbat, and
I think there were like 5 or 6 cassettes.
yeah,
Number 4, Swindle.
yep.
Eh, it's not
Swindle's
one
Eh,
It's not
He's
one
okay.
I've seen in a while, but
How about Transformers that they normally don't put in comic books, like the ones that are made from Japan? You can put them. Smokescreen is good.
Smokescreen would be good.
yeah.
Definitely. You
I
don't see a
still
lot of
want to. I want to. When we get Megatron back, I want to see Galvatron.
Hey, you know what?
I don't know. I like
I hope-
Megatron better than Galvatron.
I hope they have
Yeah.
2 separate entities. I don't want Megatron to be Galvatron. I want to have 2 factions, like another Decepticon comes down. He's like from the far reaches, like he finally gets to Earth. I want to see that. I want to see different factions where you have Decepticons fighting Decepticons and Autobots fighting. I want to see that.
They're
I wanna
building
see
out
some
the
weird
universe. There's no rush.
I want to
Yeah.
see shit like that. Like Zartan. I want to see Zartan take over one of the Transformers and freaking
Ultra
cool shit.
Ultra Magnus at number 2.
Of course, Ultra Magnus.
Nobody cares about Ultra Magnus. Oh, look at me. Let me open the Matrix. I can't open the Matrix.
Open, damn it. Open.
God.
Let me open the Matrix. Let me open the Matrix. I need the Matrix.
I swear if number 1 is Rodimus Prime, I'm leaving.
No.
Number 1, Bumblebee.
Bumblebee. Of
Oh,
course.
Bumblebee. Fuck the
I never
Bumblebee got
understood the
toasted,
love for
though.
Bumblebee.
Bumblebee
Yeah.
got toasted though. In this Energon stuff, man, he's like they're still trying to bring him back, I think.
It's
But like he's looking at him, his face is gone, man.
It's literally the snarf equivalent
Yeah.
of a transformer.
What the snarf?
Might as well be
You're
freaking
right.
Might as well be
Bumblebee-
Orko. For me, man.
Bumblebee got made cooler
Hey,
in
Oko
the
was cool, all right?
Bumblebee got made cooler in the Michael Bay movies, to be
You
honest.
see,
Like
No.
he, as a comic book character and as just a character in the cartoons or whatever, Bumblebee wasn't as important as he became.
The
This
Bumblebee
is the
movie
most
was
important
still one of
Transformer.
my favorite Transformers movies.
Oh, the
That's-
Bumblebee movie was great.
The most important Transformer of all, right there, Soundwave.
Soundwave.
That is
Yeah.
the best, right there.
Does he have? Does that one have all the cassettes, or is it just a couple?
No, it's just the
Just a
Super
couple.
7, the Ultimate line, and then here,
Ah,
because of nostalgia, and because I grew up autographed Pop Peter Cullen. He autographed it.
I had the old original like metal Soundwave that had all the cassettes with it.
Yeah, Soundwave had many different versions, and they just came out with the 40th anniversary Soundwave it's in Walmart, and it's been selling out. So
Now, my favorite Decepticon was always Shockwave. I
really like
love
Shockwave.
Shockwave was crazy, man. Like
Listen, you want to see something funny? Go
Terrifying.
online and look up a thing called Shockwave's Burden. And it's like a dub. They dubbed in the thing. Shockwaves of the planet. He goes, "What are you doing up there? There's nothing to do up." It's the funniest shit ever. That
Shockwave's
Shockwave,
burden.
yeah, Shockwave's Burden. Look that up.
Starscream was always my favorite Decepticon. I just wanted him to come up on top
Starscream.
for once.
Starscream was such a wuss.
That's funny.
Uh,
Oh, mighty leader. You know what's funny? Starscream always wanted to be the leader. You get G.I. Joe, friggin' you had Mr. Panther, you had that, and he always, like, bad guys, always had the second in command that always wanted to be the leader of the group.
Yep. Let's take a look at the DC solicitations for April. Let that be.
Yay.
Yay. So first up, we got Batman 146, cover A, which is amazing. Blood splatter Joker's freaking amazing. I see they're bringing back what's her name, Punchline,
Yeah.
and the Riddler. Then we got the Lotto in the middle, and then the 1 in 25 Scalera.
I like that 1 in 25. That's a
Yep.
badass cover.
It is.
But
Of course, that Delato is good too. So
The Delato has
for
some good work. I
Delato
like
though,
Delato.
I want more from a Delato than that.
Yeah. Batman in the shadows.
kind of a little bit of negative space on that book, to be honest. But I still think that Solera is a nice one. The 1 in
You
25.
look at the bat coming out of Batman's crotch.
Back crotch.
It's the bat crotch.
You got the back crotch.
Oh no.
Who's
Yeah.
writing? Who's writing on Batman now?
I think it's still Williamson.
Yes. I
Yeah.
thought they were supposed to switch over, but
Yeah, I think this is part 2 of the Joker's official canon origin.
That actually might be worth money down the road.
Hey, Ferd, what's going on, buddy? Next up, Detective Comics 1084, cover A, the Jim Lee Spotlight, and the 1 in 25 Kumara.
Why does that look like Zac Efron in the freaking middle of the bats?
Oh, it does look like Zack.
It does,
They were
right?
really-
it does. But I don't care. Detective blows the Batman title out of the water in terms of covers.
This Batman, the Batman we just looked at previously,
Mhm.
it's Chip Zdarsky and George Jimenez.
Oh, Chip Zdarsky still on it? I thought Williamson would switch. Oh, okay.
They're still going with the Zeranar stuff. I guess they'll switch over when he finishes that storyline.
I know Ram B is on here, and he's finishing up his run soon.
Dude, that
Detective.
Azrael cover is nice. That Jim Lee
Mhm.
Spotlight. And that 1 in 25 is also awesome. You know, that harkens back to that cover that had Damien. Damien is Batman. Over
Yeah,
the
that's,
city that was burning.
Batman 666.
Yeah, Batman 6. That's a nice representation of that cover. Nice homage to that cover. That 1 in 25.
Right, Jim Lee still
Of
has
course,
it.
Jim Lee still got it, man. Come on.
Does it?
He has a whole bunch of spotlight variants on different characters he's doing in April. So
Hey, was it true that Marvel just asked Jim Lee to do the X-Men?
no, I don't think so.
No.
I don't think that's true.
Yeah, not based on his position at DC. That
There's no way he would give up that position.
Oh, that's awesome, dude.
You know, because
Jim Lee
he's
Ferdbird says in the chat, Jim Lee might come on his show.
really
nice.
that'll be
Awesome.
freaking awesome.
That is awesome.
Nice.
Make sure I get my front review for that.
Hey, maybe I should start reaching out to people for your shows, huh, Brucifer?
That'd be nice. We could have Joe and Dom do the interviews. Man on the street with Joe and Dom.
Joe and Dom, yeah.
How you's doing?
How you doing?
Hey, what are you doing over there? I'm over here. What are you doing over here?
Hey,
There.
so what you got in the comic books coming out soon? What's going on? Hey, I want to hear.
I know. I got 3 covers. I got 3 covers.
Hey, Dom, I'm gonna go over there. You stay over there. I'm gonna go over here.
I stay over here. Okay.
All right. Capiche?
Welcome to the Sunday night comedy hour. We're here all week, guys.
This is what happens, Brucifer, when you put a couple of Italians on your panels.
Next up, we got Catwoman 64.
Oh, damn.
Cover A, which is a cat bubble helmet. Chew variant. And the 1 in 25 lyrics.
That shoe variant has some cake. That's all I'm saying. That shoe variant has some cake. That's all I'm saying.
I'm telling you, the
That's
lyrics.
true.
That's true. That lyrics got big boobies on. Thinking Catwoman.
I'm gonna go get the papers. Get the papers. Yeah.
Hey,
Tony 2 times. Tony 2 times.
Catwoman's been pretty consistent with having solid covers across the board.
I'm gonna go get the papers. Get the papers.
Yeah, it's just something about that.
I like that cover A. Though.
The Nakayama is amazing for me.
That
I love
cover A
space
is
covers.
pretty cool. That's almost an anime style Catwoman. I like that.
Really, Cal, you don't like the bubble Catwoman?
I'm normally a bubble helmet collector.
Bubble helmet.
Probably pick it up anyway, but out of these, I love lyrics, so I always
the lyrics is nice.
Side with my Leslie.
But I love cats on covers, so I'm going with the chew. I'm going. Who am I fooling? I'm buying all 3.
I know you are.
Of course I am.
You gonna get all 3 of them, Bruce. You gonna get all 3 of them. Stop dreaming. You know what you gonna do.
I'm getting all 3. Next up, we got Nightwing 113, cover A, the Acuna variant in the middle, and the Dan Mora variant. Cover A is very interesting.
By that middle one, Christopher.
Well, of course, I got the Oh, hey, Mama Bear, I didn't see you there. I got the Tim Drake one, so I need the.
That Acuna variant, he's giving you the better reminds. He's like, hey, over here, big guy, over here.
I like Dan Mora a lot. I always like his work.
I like that Mora cover. That Mora cover. Nice cover. That Mora cover hails back to like Neil Adams stuff. Yeah. Kind of got a Neil Adams feel.
Why is there a cat in space? She belongs in the street.
We need way more Goombas in the hobby. Yes, we do. But I've been in the hobby for 40 years, so.
How you doing?
How you doing? I've been doing this comic book thing since about 82, so.
I didn't even notice the disco ball above his head. Then I'm like, oh, that's right. Yeah. That's the 1980s suit.
He's in the club.
the deep V.
Costume. He's got that deep V going on.
Next up,
he's either wearing Drakkar or freaking Cool Water.
Drakkar.
Harley Quinn 39. The cover A, the Frizen, Charlie's Angel 70s variant, I'm calling it. And the 1 in 50 Mindy Lee, which I love. I love that Mindy Lee.
I actually like the Mindy Lee one.
I will probably get the Mindy Lee one just for the sci-fi aspect
Yeah,
of it.
I like
I like lesser known artists that are.
I like
doing
that
ratios as
Frisman
well.
variant there in the middle. That one's nice.
I like the prison one too, but I like the
Dude,
Mandy Lee.
Frazetta was awesome.
I like the damn wall cover. It's hard. Neil Adams for the longest time drew my definitive Batman.
Yes, he
Yeah.
did. Neil Adams was the man when it came to Batman. And Joker too. Neil Adams Joker. When I was a kid, I had a lunchbox that had Neil Adams Joker on it. Oh my god, that was an awesome lunchbox.
That prison reminds me of what's the
Dude,
the daughter from the 70s show. The blonde Jackie, not Jackie.
She died
the
in real
blonde.
life. Yeah,
You're
she
talking
passed
about
away,
you're
didn't
talking about Eric's sister.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's the one that died in real life.
Yeah,
Right?
it's the one who died in real life. Yeah,
OD'd.
yeah, she OD'd.
Yes.
But no, that's totally 70s style in her dress right there. That you got the hot pants going on, the crop top. I love that. That look is great. I like that. I like that cover.
I'll get it for the Prison collection, but I definitely want to get that Mindy Lee.
That
that
Mindy Lee is
Lee's
nice too. For a sci-fi type cover, yeah, that'd be nice.
Yeah, that's gonna be hard. I'm calling it now at freaking 7:42 on a Sunday. This cover is gonna be hot in April. So
I don't know if it'll be hot, but it's not going to be the easiest thing to find because I don't know who's still buying 50 copies of Harley at issue 39.
And the sister's name.
Somebody
was Lori,
they're still
by the way.
doing them at 59.
They do a lot of dumb ratios.
The sister's
Hey,
name was Lori, by the way.
Okay.
That's
Next
the thing.
up.
A lot of the books with these high ratio.
There's the Chew I know and love.
There's
Birds
the
Right
of
there.
Prey number 8. We got cover A, the Mikkel Janin variant. I've never heard of that artist, and the Michael Chu variant, which
you
is
got
like,
that. There's some chew right there.
That's the Chew I like. He like them thick, and
Is she?
Like the chew on
That's-
something. Yeah,
that's
don't you?
proper.
Dude, she not just thick. Girl's got some cake on there.
Yeah, cake going
I like
on.
Chew's bar. His Barbarella covers he did were great.
yeah.
Is that a Sammy on cover A?
cover A? Let me check. Damn.
I don't know. I've liked the covers they've been putting out with the series so far.
Yeah, cover A is it's Leonardo Romero.
I like the cover.
Yeah, they've been doing a few covers like that, and the art has been like that inside also. The Chew for the win, but I do like the girls on the bikes.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'll pick up the Chew
chicks and motorcycles.
because that's what I buy.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, they just did. What was it? Number 6 where they had Black Canary on the bicycle, the motorcycle with 1 in 25.
I was happy that Bacala was doing a lot of covers
Ooh,
because I missed his work a lot.
There's
I
a
love
cover
Bacala.
with Canary and Harley on it too, for this book. It's an incentive cover.
Well, which one? Number 8?
Yeah, for number 8.
Wait, did I see that one? Let me see.
Did they
That's,
release the art for it yet?
It's 1 in 25 Ijikar cardstock variant.
Oh yeah,
I
this
love
one.
Ejikuri.
That one
one.
right there.
Ejikuri's fun.
And then you've got one that's got Big Barda on it too. Just Big Barda.
Yep.
It's the
Next
cover D with Jim Lee Artist Spotlight cardstock.
Yeah, I just chose the best ones for me. There's a
Oh,
lot
this
of
part
covers.
is-
I'm happy the
cover.
Chew's on there. That just makes me happy. That's all I need.
I know you'll be happy with
Oh,
that
yeah.
Chew.
I'm easy to please.
Next up, Poison Ivy 21.
Oh, yay,
Cover
Babs.
A, the Babs Tar variant, and the
I love
1 in
Babs.
50 Nakayama.
I will
That
get the Babs Tar.
Nakayama's not bad.
I love Babs Tar.
They
pick
getting
up
sweaty.
Dad is always sweaty.
they lives in a permanent state of sweat.
The cover A is a Jessica
Sweat
Fong.
box.
I like the cover
Yeah,
A
Fong's
a
been
lot.
doing most of the cover A's. I
And,
I love Babstar, so I'm excited about that. I don't even get a ton of Babstar covers that much anymore. So.
Listen, what you do is you go out and you buy these 1 in 25s and 1 in 50s, and you stack those up. Those are the ones that are gonna be worth something because
Dude, some of these 1 in
people
25s are
aren't
freaking
making that many
awesome.
books like they used to.
No.
Some of these 1 in
They,
25s are
and
freaking
and
awesome.
nobody's a lot of these shops aren't ordering 50 copies of
No.
Poison Ivy.
Yeah,
Like
and you
Joe
know what?
said.
Most of them aren't holding up in price.
Yeah.
Of the ones that have gone out there, but the higher ratios on these, they haven't held that great.
The ones that have held are the ones that people are missing. You know,
Yeah.
like the ones that aren't hitting top 10 lists or people running to the store with FOMO. The ones that are slipping under the radar are the ones that are holding.
Well, it helps if the A and B covers aren't that great or that overwhelming. Like I can see a lot of people seeing these and not necessarily give two shits. I love it because I love Babstar, so I definitely be picking that up. And I love just Fong's covers have been great on Ivy, but it's
that's
just
a great
like
Fong cover.
Yeah,
You know what's funny?
and a lot of her covers have been really good, but again, it's like it's just cover A. Nobody's knocking somebody over for it. It's not like some big artist that people are going to start chasing. So sometimes those ratios can go a little under the radar.
But DC is definitely killing the cover game. When it comes to covers.
Really? You don't say.
Yeah.
I wish they would just go back. Just give me a cover A, give me a cardstock B, give me a 1 in 25. That's all I need. I don't need 1 in 50s. I don't need 1 in 100s. I don't need black and white second print. Just give me A,
Okay.
B.
I wanted to ask this opinion of other comic book people that are in the know. Do you think that this variant covers, these 1 in 20, these incentive covers are going to be like a downfall like back in the 90s with all their different variants and stuff like that?
No, because there's a ton of people that buy them up regardless of what they are. If it hits a top 10 list, they're buying it.
Think about it.
If they like it or not.
I mean, the thing is, it devalues the A and B, the open order covers more.
I know somebody
you
that buys.
You got to buy up to. So I got copies of Berserker, leveling out tables in my house because the open order covers where there were so many of them because of all the ridiculous ratios.
Yeah.
So,
but you know what's crazy? Like, there's certain books that definitely people aren't buying 20 of and 25 of to get the 20, 25. Like, I'll be honest with you, Bounty Hunters 42, the final issue of Bounty Hunters that dropped this week. It has a 1 in 25.
Final issues?
So there was a 1 in 25, right? I missed out on eBay, $15, 1 in 25, and I bought one for like maybe $25. But the fact is that it's
still ratio?
Yeah, it's ratio, but no one's buying. Think about it. Not many shops bought 25 copies of friggin' goddamn Bounty Hunters. It's not for nothing. I can see that book. Maybe
the Star Wars and the Darth Vader books move and the Afro books move. Bounty Hunters really doesn't move that much unless there's
it's cover
a character. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's not a bad looking cover either. It's pretty cool, but so it's gonna turn into Jango Fett. But I'm saying that it's the last issue 42. Not many people bought that book, and maybe that the 125 goes underneath the radar for a little bit, and eventually
last issues are always collectible too. People like last issue of a run.
Yeah.
Too late, Cal. Hollow covers, foils, and embroidered covers are back.
They're back, baby.
And now we got wood covers.
You got everything.
And metal covers.
Metal covers. You can actually cut your finger with one of those covers.
They are sharp.
Next up,
on them are sharp.
We got Power Girl number 8. We got cover A, the Brooks. I love Mark Brooks variant. And the 1 in 25, Erwin Rodriguez.
I like that first one.
I will be getting the Rodriguez.
What's the name? That's that new character. Isn't that Lobo's daughter?
That's
Crush.
Crush.
That's
Crush,
Crush,
okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, I like that 1 in 25 Irvin Rodriguez, but that Brooks cover is amazing.
The Brooks is
Yeah,
amazing.
Brooks.
I have enough covers that look like that Brooks cover. That Rodriguez is perfect.
I like the first cover, cover A.
Yeah, that's by Yannick Paquette.
Okay.
Yannick Paquette.
Okay.
That 1 in 25 Rodriguez looks kind of like Alex Ross's stuff.
I thought it was cosplay at first.
That kind of looks like a pinup, like 40s pinup.
It looks like Belinda Carlisle, and I love
Yeah.
Belinda Carlisle. I will.
What do they call
I'm not gonna lie,
Those
this
were a great
could be
band.
cool. The prelude to the biggest DC comic of 2024 will be dropped on May 4th at all participating retailers. It's a story 30 years in the making.
Isn't
Yes.
every
Talking
isn't
about
every
dropping.
isn't every story a
Yes.
story that's 20 years in the making? A story that's 50
30
years in the
years
making.
from 30 years from today.
A
That's like,
story that's 5,000 years in the making. Yes, sir.
That's like
This is bonus time. This story's been brewing.
like Titan 7. This story has been waiting 44 years. Starfire finally has closure after 44 years. I'm like, what?
Is it the
Or
Joker
my
origin?
favorite, a
the
storyline
Joker
that will shake the
The
DC
foundation-
universe.
A storyline that will shake the foundations of comic book history.
By any
nice.
chance, is that the Joker origin, the in canon origin that's going to be coming? That the story they're talking about?
No, I think a lot of people are speculating that it's 0 hour.
Okay,
Oh.
listen to me. Let me change the subject really quick. I
Uh,
happened to just look at Instagram real quick. This is a funny thing. Man
Uh-oh.
sues Red Bull for not giving him wings, and won 13 million. That's all I can say.
Yeah.
Oh God! Yeah, listen, that is
The Red Bull
ridiculous.
didn't give me wings.
and he got 13 million. Oh man, I'm doing something next time. I'm gonna do something. I have to. This is ridiculous.
Scald your balls with some McDonald's coffee and you'll be golden.
Well, people are speculating it's either 0 hour continuing, or it's going to lead into DC's long-awaited version of the Ultimate Universe, which is just Elseworlds.
I mean, they've been doing Elseworld stuff forever.
Decades.
Dude, you have to admit, a lot. DC has done the multiverse way better than. Look, What If's been around since the 70s in Marvel, but DC has Elseworlds down pat when it comes to different like multiversal stories and stuff.
Ooh, Starman's coming back. I would love to see Starman come back. 1 in 25 Irving cover boobies are spread out. I need super booby pose. I don't want
Talk
real
about
boobies.
Talk about somebody who's sweaty over there. Jeez.
Have you met anyway?
I don't like realistic boobies. I need super boobies.
Bionic movies.
Has a bit of a 40s pinup feel to it.
Kneel before Zod.
Number 4 got cover A, the Perillo variant, and the Spears variant.
Maybe they can clean up the shit art that they have in the inside of this book.
Oh, the art is.
What is?
But the story's
don't
good.
know.
Story's good.
It is, and that's what made me angry because
What is wrong with this book? Like
I picked up the first copy, and the art on the inside is so bad. The covers are great.
Is Kneel Before
The
Zod
story's
worth
good.
reading? That's my question. Is
Huh?
the story good?
Yeah.
I was looking at it and I'm like,
It's
another
getting there.
Zod book.
Yeah, I enjoyed the storyline of it. Just the art is just dog shit on the inside.
It looks horrible.
Well,
I mean,
listen, remember
these
back in the
covers
day,
look horrible.
Valiant
Hey,
Comics-
that Perillo's great. All right, buddy.
Remember back
That's
in the day, Valiant
Zod's
Comics,
son, damn it.
the story, the artwork sucked, but the story was great and Valiant.
That Perillo looks like something out of a zombie comic, okay? And I'm not
I
saying
love
it's
it.
horrible. I'm saying it looks like something out of a zombie comic. Like that guy looks like he's about to eat some people. Okay.
It's hard to read. It's hard to read a book when the art is really bad in it. It's just distracting. I'm buying a comic book. If I want to just read stories, I'll buy a book, and read a book.
Terry, to be clear, some of those Elseworld stories are darker than some what ifs, man.
Next up,
Yeah.
we got Wonder Woman #8. We got cover A, the Lobos variant, and the 1 in 25 beautiful Sway.
I like that Sway. That Sway is nice.
Well, stack up the Lobos for my Lobos collection, but
Yes, I know. I do like the bondage.
I like the Sway. I'm not chilling out for a 1 in 25.
Yeah, people want to go crazy for that Sway cover.
I got enough nice Middleton Wonder Woman covers. I don't need to shill out the money for a 1 in 25 Sway.
I just love how it looks like she's in a trance in a chair, and that the blue. Hopefully, I would love for them to just put this out and just put the title on the back with the number, but I know that I don't do that.
I wish they would have swapped and just had that as the minimal trade dress, because I don't mind DC's minimal trade dress isn't bad.
Yeah,
they do a minimal trade dress. It's not overly invasive.
Mm-hmm.
Truthfully, it's the UPC symbol. It tends to be a bigger pain in the ass than the trade dress on a lot of the covers.
Yep. And the final DC solicitation that I picked for April, Batman Dylan Dog #2, cover A, and GG cover Finaggio variant. Dylan Dog is a Italian Constantine, pretty much.
Yeah.
Vampires, werewolves, and will be the second time they cross over with Batman. The first time was in 2019 with I think it was 1 issue 0, and it was released in Italy. I don't know if they brought it here and translated it, but I'm looking forward to. They did a movie of Dylan Dog in 2011 with Brandon Routh.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Or else when was it? It's super dark. It was dark, horrific version of Boutique Ross Marvel's tagged with whatever Marvel was then calling it Elseworlds books.
Dude, that Ruins book was freaking horrible. That's one of the darkest stories I've seen.
I don't think Wonder Woman still has bondage.
Just like me, AOA. Just like me.
Oh jeez! Somebody put Joe away. And not to be left out with Marvel, because I didn't feel like doing slides for Marvel. Take a look at the website for Marvel. We just
I'm sure we'll have a bunch of dog shit. If I hope Cassidy isn't doing any.
Speaking of dog shit, we got Ultimate X-Men. I do like this cover somewhat.
I like that cover right there.
I'll take
That's interesting.
Yeah, they're not that bad.
Some of these aren't bad, but the first cover there, that's horrible.
I don't like it. I don't like this one.
I don't mind it, but it's very Demon Daisy.
And she's drawing all the X-Men like this in the book. I'm just like, no. I was so looking forward to this until I found out Momoko was writing and doing the art.
I don't know. I'll give it a chance. I mean, if it's anything like, because this is the new Ultimate stuff, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. If it's anything like that Spider-Man book, it might be interesting.
Yeah,
you gotta read Momoko.
Hickman wrote the Spider-Man book. Peach Momoko's writing Ultimate X-Men. So take that as you know. However you want to land that.
If they continue the story though, like from Spider-Man, where like where Iron Man's having to go around and like get people, make sure they get their powers or whatever. I wonder how that's gonna work with the X-Men. I wonder if they're still mutants or how that works, or if they've been
Marvel
suppressed or
Marvel
something.
has no type of executive editor. Cebulski's a piece of Cebulski's awful. I wouldn't trust them to handle that. Like if you said Hickman's running everything and running a major story arc, and then you have all these other writers underneath that are following that story arc, I would feel fine about it. But
I haven't minded the new Death of X stuff, or Death of the House of X, or whatever. Fall of the House of X stuff has been okay.
Yeah, it's been good. It's actually made me want to read X-Men again, because after the whole
After the
Krakoa era,
Krakoa.
oh,
But see, I loved the Krakoa era, and you hated it, Bruce.
I
So
hated
it was
it.
stupid as shit.
Thank you.
uh,
Before we move on, I just want to I plan to do this today, but I totally forgot to bring the books with me today. Tomorrow night, during my Monday Madness show, I will be giving away 2 copies of Ultimate Spider-Man #1. So
Yay!
make sure you're around tomorrow night.
I will be in the chat. Yes, yay! I need one.
Dom's not on the show; he's in the chat.
Yeah.
Bastard.
So I will be giving out 2 copies of this variant, because I have like 4 of them. So don't ask.
The one that couldn't get any. Bastard.
What are you talking about? I only got like 10 copies of all the covers.
Well, listen. Was that King Sporticle? Sporticle. He's
What?
talking about the
Oh yes,
about Storm.
King's book. Yeah,
But they should focus on Storm. Really push her. She definitely is a great character. You know, just the unfortunate thing is, I think once Chadwick Boseman died, you know, with the Black Panther, I think they were going to have her show up in one of the Black Panther movies to get her out there first.
they actually focused a great deal on Storm in the Krakoa era. She became the leader of Arakko on Mars.
Yeah.
Which Storm do you like? Do you like the Storm, like regular Storm, or the Storm with with her mohawk and stuff like that? The Storm with her full set of hair.
No, this was Storm with her full. In fact, her hair looked like clouds. Like she had advanced so much into the Omega level of her abilities that she was basically a living avatar of the Storm.
I like the Storm when she was in Asgard.
Hey,
Goddess of Thunder.
Hey, Brucifer.
Yes.
You might like this. My wife dressed as Storm one time, so I think.
I don't hear about your role playing.
No, I'm just saying.
Oh, jeez. What were you, Professor X?
No, I was Professor. No, this is before me.
Oh, jeez, I don't want to know.
Yeah. Before me.
All right, Ultimate Black Panther #2. Cover's okay.
I forget who's writing this series.
We have Brian Hale writing. And wait, that's a Boss Logic?
Boss Logic cover.
That one. Wait,
right here?
No, that's not it.
Boss Logic? Oh.
They don't have it up.
They might not show it yet because
they're not showing it. Probably not ready.
Yeah. See, yeah, to be variant cover.
Huh. We got Ultimate Spider-Man.
Recast him. That's the biggest mistake Marvel did. They should have recasted him. It would have been great. You know, unfortunately, you know, sometimes things happen in life. You know, you just move on. You know, they lost a lot of money.
Oh, we're going to get a Greg Land cover.
Yes. For some reason Marvel didn't have all their covers up. I don't know why.
You see how they're pushing Kingpin? Now that Kingpin
later and later and later about getting art out lately.
Yeah.
The Thanos of the ground level street heroes.
Nobody cares about ground level.
I do.
Spectacular.
Lots of people are actually caring about ground level now.
That's all.
Now.
That's what I prefer.
Now everybody's Daredevil fans.
That's why I became a comic book fan.
Yeah, I like ground level.
Spider-Man.
Your space.
Always been my favorite
bullshit.
character.
This is.
I mean, I'm more of a mutants guy myself, but
you know. That cover? Look at those wrists.
What is
Jesus.
going?
Wow,
What
look
the
at
hell
the
is
feet.
going on that cover?
Is that a
Oh, what-
life
It, look,
felt?
it looks like
the cover?
Miles' hand is a part of Peter's leg.
I know.
What is
But look at
happening
Peter's
there? Who
feet.
did that?
Look at Peter's
This
feet.
is
That's a life felt reject.
Galloway.
Who made that
Jesus, what is
monstrosity?
I
Galloway
like this.
doing, man?
I like
that cover,
This one's
this.
yeah.
good.
That cover's
This one's good.
Yeah, that's a Sean Galloway.
Oh man.
There's,
I'm
there's
sorry.
a couple. There's what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's
For
no
now.
mention
What
of
about the store
a.
variants that are going to come out?
There's
too?
no ratios mentioned here.
I want to see Marquez. I've been a big fan of Marquez lately.
Little jackpot.
Yay, Lobos. Oh, no, that's Hughes.
It's huge.
First one's
Yeah,
Hughes.
that's huge.
That's huge. Let me see.
This
Go
is-
back up to the use. Go back up. Back up again. I don't know. Just Mary J.
Black
looks-
Cat's face. I don't know. Their
no.
faces
What
look
about Mary
funny.
J? I don't know.
And her boobs are like too far apart. Mary J.
Well, one's popping out of the thing.
You got one popping out of her top, and the other one's boobs or
Hey,
walleye.
Dub.
Like, what's going on here?
Oh, he does.
One popping out of a top, the other one popping in a top. It's crazy stuff, you know.
Did
One's
EVS
walleyed
finally
and
get
the other
caught?
one's popping out.
Did EVS finally get caught swiping and tracing?
No, but Eric July's group did.
Oh yeah.
Jackpot's
J.
Mary Jane.
Mary Jane Watson. Mary Jane Watson is
Mary
Mary
Jackpot.
Jane
Jane
is
Wine.
jackpot.
She got powers now.
Yep.
Yep.
So Peter Parker can take care of business without her freaking doing anything, without her getting sick,
God.
like she did in
What are you talking about?
the
Rain.
whatever book.
Spider-Man Rain,
Rain.
where she
Oh.
died because of his
cancer.
radioactive.
Jizz.
Jizz.
Yeah, radioactive baby batter.
Baby batter.
Baby batter.
Baby batter.
Baby batter.
God. I haven't. Wait, have I done this? Wait. Jeez. All my stuff is like out of order over here.
Over here.
Over here,
Over
what you doing,
here.
man? You'll get this thing straight. Get it straight now.
Get this thing of us. It's this thing of us, you know?
All right.
Over
Please wear protection when you having sex with a radioactive spider.
And that's one to grow on.
Little Betty White setting them straight.
Yeah, Betty White was the biggest sex fiend going at her age. Yeah,
You know, she was in a Playboy mansion in the grotto.
Dude, did you ever see her when she was on the comedy club roast of the comedy channel roast of William Shatner?
Yeah,
No.
yeah, I think that's what
She was fucking hilarious on that roast, man. Cause she was saying that Shatner. Never mind, man. It's funny. You got to look it up, bro. It's like it's some hilarious shit.
Who's the artist on these covers?
somebody that was on crack.
Somebody
got
who's
a-
doing a lot of crack.
We got Adam Hughes on cover A. We got Amelia Lazo on the foil. That's a torque? Wait, which one's the torque? This
That.
one? Yes, this is the torque. It's all right. Then we got an Ariel Diaz.
I'd like to see Ariel Diaz.
What's Ariel Diaz? I don't think that's a Saturday morning. Really variant? They're doing that
it's
now.
yeah, they're doing
Yeah,
all
they-
the Saturday morning cartoons.
Yeah, they don't have their Ariel Diaz is up yet. And then wow, there's a lot of covers for this. A lot of covers missing. Ghost Rider.
Yeah,
I like that
it's
cover.
consistently some of the best covers in the business.
Where's
Capullo.
Jedi would love these.
I do like
Great.
Capullo.
In
Now
general, it's-
now those Ghost Rider. Oh, that one's badass.
That's a Harden.
Oh, that is badass.
I was about to say, is this Ed Hardy? No.
Dude, it's
It's
got
not-
an Ed Hardy look, bro. Like what
It does.
the hell?
It really does.
Dude, I want to get that like as a tattoo on my back or something, dude. That is a badass cover.
like I say, Ghost Rider has consistently had amazing cover art.
Does anybody know who is Ghost Rider these days? Is it Dan Ketch? Is it Johnny Blaze? Who the hell is Ghost Rider these days?
Well, Hood is going to become Ghost Rider.
It's gonna be
No.
Spirit of Vengeance.
Spirit of
Spirit
Vengeance.
of Vengeance. Oh, Spirit. Well,
Isn't it it's not Danny Cash, is it?
I thought it was Johnny.
Johnny Ketch is Danny Ketch.
Johnny Blaze. Johnny Blaze is
Wasn't
on
Danny
Ghost
Ketch?
Rider.
Did he become like another superhero? He was like another supernatural hero for a minute in one of the books.
I don't know. She got
Coming
really
back
weird.
as something like
in
the
Ghost Rider type
kind of the
stuff.
Pope, like the bishop or something like that. Something. The cardinal. Something with
Mama Bear's the new Ghost Rider.
There you go.
Oh, I do.
That's a text cover too.
Yeah, it's a text.
What I'm
I don't
the 80s
understand that.
bodybuilders.
He's,
Big arms, big upper body, no legs.
but
Come
he's
on,
Tex. He's Tex. Texera should.
Nobody
not
gets a
put
free
out-
pass these days. No more free passes.
Well, I mean, it's
Wow.
not as bad as that Cassidy, but that
No.
Beast Cassidy that comes out this week. But that makes me sad.
Yeah.
Texera
I
did
was
some
hoping
really
that
good
was
stuff
going to be
back in the,
something special because
90s, man.
I love his '90s Ghost Rider covers.
Yeah, they were
Yep,
great.
especially the yeah, I know the I love the books.
Dan Ketch became the writer for a little bit. He had like this knight-looking costume for a while. I remember that.
Was it the writer? But I thought he was like some kind of like the Pope or something like the Pope, the Cardinal, some
The
kind
Crusader is what they called him for a little
Of,
bit.
the Crusader.
Pope of Chili Town.
Well, he had this like whole like knight with a tabard sort of get up going for a while.
I really like this cover a lot. Next, we have Miss Marvel, Mutant
Give
Menace.
me some Art Adam.
I like this cover. And you know,
That's
you know how I
actually
felt
a pretty good cover.
You know how I felt about Art Adams and his big head forehead covers the last couple of months.
Yeah, I don't like that cover.
Yeah, you got a cover by Chew coming.
Gomez. That
Vicentini.
wasn't even Adams. Somebody stole Adams' eyes.
What? Oh, you're right.
Mhm.
Is that a Gomez cover? I do.
It's a
love-
Gomez.
I do love Carlos Gomez.
Wow.
Exterminators. Exterminators was one of my favorite series, the most recent run. It was a lot of fun.
I could have swore
this
that
is-
was Art Adams.
Yeah,
Why
I
would
was
I
looking.
like
I was
it?
looking at the eyes.
That's
The
why I
only
like
problem-
it. It's not an Adams.
Nope.
The only problem I have with this book is now that she's come back, she's both a mutant and an inhuman.
What do you mean now that she's come back? That whole 3 days where she was dead.
Yeah, but like now she's like both a mutant and an inhuman. It's weird.
This has been a long time coming. Black Widow, Hawkeye.
That's not on me.
I like that.
I like this
I like that
cover.
Hawkeye
I like
Old
this
school.
cover right here.
I
The
like
old
the
school
old
George
Hawkeye.
Perez. They still what? They're still rolling out his artwork.
Hey, maybe yeah, they
Jeez.
do it with everybody.
Jeez,
know?
how much more are they gonna release of his stuff now that he's gone?
There's going to be an Adam Hughes, a Mark Brooks, which I love Mark Brooks. There's going to be an Art Germ.
I
Be
do
nice
like
to
to
get-
use Black.
What
Widow.
if Venom what? What if Venom won up to a five? I hate when they do this. Just do a whatnot series. Just bring the series back. I guess it's what if
Yeah, I could
Wolverine
feel
was
I
Venom.
take symbiote
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
Bores the hell out of me.
Web of
They bring Wes Craven
Spider-Man.
back again?
Yeah, more.
I think it's a
Capullo.
one shot. Yeah, it's a one shot.
Seems like Capullo is going to be getting a lot more cover work now.
It's going to be a preview of what's to come for the next year of Spider-Man in the Spider-Verse. More Spider variants. Let's go. Spider-Punk.
Spider-Punk.
Yeah, I have great
No.
covers and nothing in between.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a couple. Not even. That's it. One variant. Okay. Look, another Edge of Spider-Verse. Yay!
More spider characters, please.
Yeah, there's so many Spider-Man, so many Venom, so many different. This is nuts.
I can't keep track of all the Edge of Spider-Verse.
I actually
books that
like
come out.
some of the Spider-Verse variants. The spider totems are interesting to me, but that's because I'm crazy, I guess.
I do want to see the Kari Andrews cover when that's released, when they actually have pictures of it.
Yeah,
It's like Kari
having
Andrews.
some amazing covers lately.
We have
Symbiote Spider-Man 2099. Look, the
Oh,
symbiote's
don't
still
care.
alive. Ooh,
oh, that's interesting.
I do like this one though.
Creepy. Okay.
Oh,
I like that cover.
I like this. Who is this? This is a Lashley. Ooh,
This cover.
Ken Lashley, and this one is a
Greg
Land.
Greg Land.
I like Land. I like Greg Land though. But
Yeah.
Greg Land's good. I like what Greg Land did the ultimate Fantastic Four when the Marvel Zombies first came. I like that.
Yeah, I don't know, symbiote stuff bores the shit out of me. Just can't get into it.
Not much of
Yeah.
a Marvel guy, are you, Joe?
No, I like the X-Men. I like street level stuff. Just
More.
now here's a series I can get behind.
More old Avengers.
See, the Avengers bores me. It's always bored me though.
And
I do like-
it normally does, but some the Acuna covers
The
that are in
only
this series are insane.
the only member of the Avengers that doesn't bore me is Thor,
Mhm.
and I like some of the Hawkeye stuff. I loved the Matt Fraction run on Hawkeye.
Mhm.
Was so good.
This is horrible.
That's ass.
Who is this? Who is this?
That's literally ass.
Bianchi.
It's horrible.
Yeah,
Like,
Acuna's getting a lot of work in Marvel now. And
Yeah.
Mark Brooks.
sorry guys about the special guest star on my screen. The dog has decided he wants to be in the screen.
Is anybody still reading Gods?
I'm
I'm
behind.
I'm
behind
behind.
on it. The first issue was interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't know what they're trying to do with
That was a
with
long
Gods.
read, that first issue. That was a very long read.
I just don't know what they're trying to do with Gods. I don't get what they're doing here.
It's supposed to be changing the way magic is handled, or I don't know. Who knows? They're resetting magic. I don't know. It wasn't very clear. Stephanie Hans.
I mean, that's a nice cover. I mean, I like that Hans cover. I like this one right here, this cover.
Reese. Then we got a little. What's this? Fall of the
Fall of
X-Men.
House of X.
House of
Yeah.
X.
Fall of House of X. Ooh, I like that Polaris cover. That's a pretty awesome Polaris
So-
cover.
Bradshaw.
I'll stick with my X-Men 50.
Sequera connecting. What is this? This is from the gala. I like this.
Ooh, I like that Colossus cover. That's nice too.
Mikado.
I dig the bearded Colossus. It's always fun.
So do
Rise
I.
it up.
actually.
Even though it makes no sense with the whole.
Now, the only thing that
metal
I
and
will
stuff.
say about the
Hilarious.
X books is they need to get rid of McTaggart. Ugh. She caused so much trouble during the Krakoa era. She's horrible. Ever since they made her a mutant, she's been fucking horrible character.
More Invincible Iron Man.
Oh,
More
it's got
X-Men
some Shadowcat
32.
right there. Shadowcat
Yeah,
and Magic.
Oh, look at that great Lockheed on the cover there.
I love that. Remember they used to do it? What was that? What issue was that? 133?
Yeah.
132?
I love
I
Lockheed.
think it's
Lockheed in the
132.
corner.
Yeah.
X-Force.
Is that 50? Is that X-Force 50?
What is he doing there?
Yeah, it is 50.
Wonder
50.
Man's going to be part of the Beast, the story, getting rid of Beast. Wonder Man's going to be a part of it.
Oh, yes.
Because you have to admit, Hank McCoy needs to go away for what he's been doing.
It's wild.
He's evil now.
What am I the only one that doesn't like Kid Omega?
I have never
can't stand
liked Kid Omega.
I can't stand the character.
I've never liked Quentin Quire. It's horrible.
Cable. Young Cable.
I like that cover right there. Young Cable and older Cable.
It's Dan Finesse, and he's been killing it on every cover that he does.
No, AOA, not Dark Beast. The actual Hank McCoy's been horrible lately. He turned into a villain. And right now, Wolverine's hunting him.
Weapon X-Men.
Oh, they're gonna go back to a little bit to the Age of Apocalypse.
Look, more variants of Wolverine.
Oh, that's okay.
To fight the Sabretooth.
Have you read the Sabretooth War yet?
Yes, the first one, yes.
Yeah, we need all the Wolverines to fight all the Sabretooths.
This is horrible.
Yes.
You talked about whether I liked Kid Omega or not. I'm glad Quentin Quire died in the first book of Sabretooth War.
I'm going to tell you this.
I like
God
this.
the Wolverine covers.
This is a Mark Brooks.
That Phoenix cover is freaking amazing.
Wow.
Oh, that's neat. Proteus.
Noto. X-Men 97.
X-Men 97, because that cartoon's coming out.
Coming pretty soon
Jeez.
on Disney Plus.
Resurrection of Magneto.
Yeah, that new Magneto book's gonna be awesome.
Dead X-Men. What the hell is this?
That's a new series starting with the Fall of the House of X.
Gonzalez. Madripoor Knights. Wolverine.
Look at the Wolverine book. Jesus Christ.
They're banking heavy with Deadpool and Wolverine. Wolverine and Deadpool.
Sabretooth War, yeah.
Yeah, I can't wait for the next part. It's pretty damn good.
That Sabretooth War came out the gate hard, man.
Whoa, what is this?
It's part of the Sabretooth War storyline that's coming up.
I like this cover.
You know they're releasing the Sabretooth War 2 a month now, right?
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're releasing them two issues a month.
All right. It's enough of these Marvel solicitations. Get back to...
It's nice they're doing a Night Thrasher series.
Dude, did you guys hear that Anya Taylor-Joy is going to be in Deadpool 3 as Magic again?
Everyone's going to be in Deadpool 3.
Yeah, right. We're getting into the hot covers releasing next week for a new comic book day. How many DC books on here, Dom?
5.
Well, what's the over-under?
Harley Quinn, number 36, the Steve Beach variant.
I like that.
I like it a lot.
Frazetta. It's very Frazetta.
I thought Joe might like this cover.
That's very Frazetta.
I like Beach. It's fun.
Night Thrasher's Dom's childhood nickname.
Number 9. Power Girl, number 5, the 150 Steve Pugh variant. I love Shrieky the Cat. It's a dumb cover, but I like it. I like it. Power Girl looks like an airhead, like, oh, what's going on?
Looks like Meg Ryan.
What am I doing?
She does.
I've got big boobs in a boob window. Oh.
Number 8. With Resurrection of Magneto, number 1.
Negative Space Magneto.
Yes.
That's pretty cool.
Negative Space Magneto. What the hell?
People love their negative space covers.
These will always be a thing.
Yep.
Number 7. The Defiant Annual, number 1. The 1 in 10 Raza.
That's pretty cool. On there.
Yes. It's a beautiful cover. I love this cover.
That is probably Tasha Yar's
daughter. Mira?
Yes, daughter.
Sela.
On this list, Star Trek gets love.
It's fun to see Raza doing a title like that.
The actual Star Trek books here lately have been really good.
Thrawn Alliance's number 1, the promo variant.
With Anakin and Thrawn on it. Yay!
The bodies don't look... I don't know what it is. There's some weird Uncanny Valley thing about this cover where it just doesn't... it doesn't feel right. Like Anakin looks like he's missing a neck. Thrawn's
But that
body
book is gonna be worth
looks a
something,
little
probably.
too small. It's I don't know. It's just something weird when they do something that looks extremely realistic with the faces and everything, but the proportions just seem to be off.
Yep. At number 5, Dracula. Number 4, the Prison variant.
You guys have been reading that?
Yes,
It's actually a pretty good book.
it's really good.
It's a nice prison cover.
Number 4, Penguin. Number 6, the 1 in 25 Raphael Della Torre variant.
I saw this
Dude.
and I liked it.
He looks like De Niro.
I like this cover a lot.
Like on that profile, he looks
It's
like
like
Robert De
it's
Niro.
like gritty. It's like what the city is supposed to be. What Gotham is, gritty. I like. This
I
cover.
liked it, but then I was like, well, but if you made him bald, that would be a great Kingpin cover. And
Yeah,
then I kind
yeah,
of
it
lost
would be.
interest in it.
At number 3 for next week, we got Damn Them All. Number 12, the Florentino variant. Something about a woman in a suit with a hammer. It gets me every time.
That chick's got it's like hammer time, baby.
I haven't read this series at all yet.
I wonder
It's
what
pretty
this one's
good.
about. What is this series about?
I don't want to ruin it for the viewers.
No.
You have to- It's you'll see when you read the first issue. At number 2,
Yeah.
Red Sonja. Number 7, the
Sonja.
1 in 10 Prison Virgin
Hey, Terry
variant.
Floyd just said that the Thrawn books have printed damage. That's what he heard.
What?
Yeah, some of them do.
Wait, did I
Some of 'em
order
do.
any? God damn it! I gotta look up if I ordered any.
Marco was showing some of them earlier that they've got chips out of the top line.
What?
Chips out of them.
What is with Marvel when they're printing? Wasn't there something with the Star Wars book a few weeks ago?
I know they contract all that
Last
shit out.
week.
So
Last week there was one that had some problems. Number 42.
42 Star Wars.
Yeah,
They had-
Star Wars
they
number
had,
42 had some problems.
Spine ticks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy. And the number 1 cover for next week, Amazon's Attack number 4, the 1 in 25
yay, I like that one.
Vasco GF variant. Who doesn't love a good girl Mary Marvel cover?
I just love all Mary Marvel covers.
I like the Mary Marvel's white costume more than I like her red one though.
No, you'd be wrong. Just kidding. I just love old school.
Opinions vary, Joe.
Old school Mary Marvel. Is just, I'm an old Fawcett kind of guy.
You said you were
Yeah.
an old faucet kind of guy, and I heard an old fossil kind of guy.
Yeah, I'm both.
Next up, we got a little quick play at your own risk. I took a look at some old school SNES games. Super Scope 6 complete in box, released in February '92, sold for $230. Brand new in box. Look at that thing.
Wow,
Shoulder cannon. Let's go.
that's nice. That was sitting in the warehouse somewhere.
Yep. You can tell the box is so discolored. Holy crap. Final Fight number 3, released January '96, sold for $500 complete in box.
Yeah.
I had that game.
I had all of them. I wish I traded all of them in for
Crack
what was it?
cocaine.
N64. Crack cocaine. You talking about? I was
I know.
a good kid.
I know you were.
I didn't try crack cocaine into my 20s. Teenage Mutant Ninja 4 Turtles in Time.
I just used regular cocaine.
Yes. And then I met Dom.
And you
then
were
I
all
met.
upside down. Back
I
in the
was-
circle.
I was sober. Then I met Dom and wanted to smoke crack again.
It's the truth.
Please, kids, do not do drugs. At least in front of your parents.
The views of Thade Bays are not the views or things of Kingdom of Nerd at this moment.
Super Mario RPG released in May of '96, sold for $240.
I had that one too. I'm sad now. Some weed. Riz.
Knights of the Round. I used to love this game.
I had this game too. What the hell?
$11.91, sold for $350. These beat 'em ups were amazing for Super NES. They had so many.
Yeah, the Capcom feel was always good.
Stop feeling it. Stop it. Horrible, I know.
Next segment of
Next
who reads comics. This week we
Who
will
reads
be reviewing
comics? None of us, never.
Cobra Commander #1. Let's talk about it now that you guys are up.
Through
What do
the
you guys-
uprights.
Cobra.
What
La,
you
la,
guys
la,
think?
la, 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 la.
What you think of it?
That was fun.
It's great. It's crack. It gets you really high.
Let me tell you something. Since I got a chance to read it, I'm like, holy shit, this is awesome. You know,
Did you read Duke?
don't even read Duke. That's the thing.
That's the only one. That's the only one out of your list to me, Bruce. I did not actually get read.
Cobra Commander.
Yeah.
I like Cobra Commander. I love Cobra Commander. Not as much as I love Zartan and the other guys.
It was a nice
Throwback.
retelling of the origin of Cobra Commander.
I
And
just
like how
want.
they get right to it. They
Yeah, there's no fooling around.
I want a Serpentor book.
soon.
You'll get it in what 302 or 303? G.I. Joe?
Yep.
303. 303?
But yeah, this book, I love how they like just told his origin and then they killed his old self, which was like kind of awesome because like this is not the Cobra Commander you know. This is a whole new vile and freaking
Still an asshole though. Still an
Still an
asshole.
asshole.
Do you guys remember the old cartoon G.I. Joe where like they did Cobra Island, which is where we got Serpentor, and then like G.I. Joe started dying, like just here and there and everywhere after the Cobra Island storyline. Like they just started murking G.I. Joes.
Well, you know what? There was like too many. Look, got too many Joes, too many Transformers. You got too many characters, and you know they're going to focus on the focal. Like Snake Eyes is definitely going to be a big focal when they get the Snake Eyes in this Energon universe and Storm Shadow. But I like. Let's put it this way. For what I read and any indication of how this story's going, it's about to get fucking weird. It is going to get weird. So you have the Transformers, you have Cobra La, and you could. I'm going to tell you, there's going to be some kind of biological friggin' Transformer, friggin' spore, some crazy shit is going to be coming out of this.
Well, especially with Cobra Commander having Megatron there locked up in his lab.
And then you have Megatron already scheming already what he's going to do. You know, let's put it this way: it's going to be a crazy ride. It's going to be
what?
Look, of all the Transformer G.I. Joe crossovers, this looks like this is going to be better than all of them, and if they do it right. And
now a lot of this is like Robert Kirkman and stuff like that, right?
Yeah,
this Energon stuff.
Yeah.
Well, Skybound is.
Let's put it this way: you have space. You're going to have that Megatron is. That Cobra Commander is looking to control other planets too. The way he's going about things, because you see when he was on the computer and he's seen.
He's looking at that.
Primus? Was that Primus?
No spoiling. No spoiling, please.
I'm just saying. But anyway, make a long story short. This Cobra Commander is that the Cobra Commander that was a bumbling idiot that kept saying retreat. I can tell you that.
Yeah, he's actually a cool character, but still an asshole, like Joe said.
Yeah, still an asshole.
He's a
Next up,
jackass, but it was an awesome book.
The artwork was a
Deviant
little,
3.
Dude, this storyline is getting crazy, bro.
It's
I did
insane.
not. I did not like this issue. It was. I wanted more of a turn in the story by this point.
I think that the main character with where the story's going with that, it was a little predictable. You know, him being framed, and I don't know. It was just it's been good. Issues 1 and 2 have been really good. I don't know what's going on in this book right now. I have no idea.
It just felt slow. I mean, I went back because I had read 1.
Mm-hmm.
I had read bit of 2 when it first came out, but I never finished it. So I went back and I read 2, and then I read 3. And I don't know. It just feels pace wise. It just feels a little slow. Feels a little on the nose.
It's slowed down a little bit, but I think it's gonna have a good payoff eventually.
Yeah, I'm not going to say it's necessarily preachy in some ways. It's just kind of on the nose.
But I will say this, like I told y'all when we reviewed the first issue of this, I kind of like this true crime kind of shit. So
I love the first issue. It had my interest peaked. I just feel it's kind of taken a weird stall, and maybe they're just laying certain groundwork and character development to pay off for later. But
I will admit, I've gotten a little confused as to where the story's going there, because there's like the back and forth with the timeline with the guy that's in prison and the main character is kind of weird, I guess. But other than that, I mean, this may be one of those that I have to wait for the rest of them to come out before I finish it, though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, maybe I just wanted a little more of the killer in the last 2 issues that I didn't get.
Dude, I think the guy that had the old police dude that had the axe wound to the face.
Yeah.
I think he's going to become more important than we think he is. I think he's lost his mind too.
Well, I think he's only important as a people on the right are bad kind of character. That's all I got.
It was the 80s. That's what they thought about it.
Not that when the Michael went to go interview him in the current day.
Oh, they didn't say anything about the right is bad. It
didn't really say anything about the right is bad. It just kind of gave it
his Make America Great mug and him giving him a look when he opens the laptop that has a rainbow flag on it. It was just a little on the nose. It's just, I have no problem.
Well, it's Tinian.
It's Tinian. Of course, it's on the nose.
I know. I expect it not to be on the nose. I expect it to be well written and carried through as not shoving it in the reader's face.
And honestly, before you said something about the Make America Great Again mug, I didn't notice it.
I never noticed it.
You saying something about it is the first time I've noticed that. So,
because I mean, it was an important aspect of that whole interchange and the way the Axe Face demeanor changes.
Well,
immediately, and then he follows it up with, "Here, let me shove this in your face if you don't understand subtlety," which to me is just like, come on.
I think it's just that Axe Face has a problem with homosexuals in general. I mean,
he beat up the guy that's in jail when they were kids, younger. So.
I don't know. So it's going in a weird way. I will give you that.
Well, he was investigating the case, right?
Yeah.
And then he came across pictures of the kids that were killed, right?
Well, no, when he wasn't investigating, when he went to the guy's house, he was actually going out there for a vendetta. That had nothing about investigating, because remember, he gets out of the hospital bed and just goes there. He has a vendetta against that guy.
He wasn't a detective, was he?
He wasn't. He was just a police officer.
Oh.
At least I think that's the gist of that character. Anyway, all I know is that when he left out of that hospital bed and those cops were there and they were telling him, "Hey, you're not going anywhere," and he's like, "Yeah, whatever," and he leaves. He goes and grabs the gun, and then he goes to the guy's house.
because he thinks that's the guy that
Yeah.
is responsible. Right, Robert, and different. I don't know. Certain things were just, I think, pushed in your face a little more than they needed to be because it wasn't necessary, because it was clear. I thought it was clear enough through some of the subtle things that they did that people felt the way they felt about certain things. I just hate when it's like, hey, if you didn't get it this time, here's 4 more things I'm going to do just so you get it. That was unnecessary for me.
Yeah.
That turns me off in a story, because you're just basically saying the reader's too stupid to understand what's going on.
Have you met some people that's next up, Justice League versus Godzilla versus Kong -- 4. This has been
Batman
so good
episode.
so far.
It's a sad Batman issue.
Poor
The
Batman.
sad Batman issue.
He's not alive. He's alive. He's not dead. Don't tell me that.
He's alive, I promise.
Someone must have had a great joy being like, now on this panel you have to draw Batman sad, and on this panel you have to draw Batman sad, and on this panel
And on this panel, is Batman sad?
he's concerned and sad.
And this
Yeah.
panel over here, Batman's sad
Yeah.
again.
What I like about this so far is it shows the heroes that they are nothing compared to the Titans. They are
not
nothing.
God.
They are not.
Superman
Yeah.
got murked in the first issue, man. Come on.
Well, that's because he was protecting Shazam.
I found most of the issue to be somewhat boring, except I love the stare down scene with Supergirl. That I got a kick out of, with her and
That was
Green
funny.
Lantern. I enjoyed that.
There's only 3 more issues left, I believe.
It felt like a middle issue. It felt like we're not really wrapping things up yet, and we're not introducing things really per se. It felt
We're-
like
we're
it's
not
solid.
wrapping-
the issue to come where Godzilla and Kong team up with Justice League to take down the Lex Luthor and everybody. That's gonna happen. We all know.
We're not wrapping things up yet. Oh, and by the way, Batman's sad.
Very sad.
That and concerned.
And
Does Batman
concerned.
have the same complex that Harrison Ford has? He's happy and sad at the same
At
time.
the same time,
This type of
Dude,
thing.
isn't that
Raises his hand
Harrison
and
Ford?
yells.
Isn't that Harrison Ford's natural demeanor anyway?
He hates people. He does.
He does. He's a mean son of a
Carpenter.
bitch.
He'd rather be working with wood.
I could say so many things about that, Joe, but I won't. Anyway, go.
Next up,
It was a good book, and the ending was kind of interesting the way they ended it.
But sad Batman.
Sad
very
Batman.
sad
Hey,
Batman.
how much is that 1 in 50 going for?
I haven't checked. I'll check on that tomorrow. Starting tomorrow, when I do my job.
Yeah, it's probably right around ratio.
What's
Little
poppin'
Funko
with
Pops. Knights of the
Oh, nice,
Dead Eddie Digital 666 Iron Maiden
Look at that.
Aw.
sold for $650.
Because
Oh,
that's
wow.
a NFT digital one you can have in your hand that you get if you get the right card. That they make them for real.
I love Eddie.
Pretty cool, man. There's a whole bunch of Eddie Iron Maiden figures, pops that were made, which I like. But I can't have everything.
Yeah, I can't have anything either. I'm running out of room over here.
I'm running out of room over here.
Only 20 made Funhouse exclusive Red Diamond Hello Kitty All Might Funko. So for
Well, you know why?
$5.99.
You know why? Because it's 50th anniversary of Hello Kitty. They're
Mhm.
coming out with a bunch of new Hello Kitty pops that are coming out pretty soon. And my wife loves Hello Kitty. I'm surprised I've never seen that.
Hello
one.
Kitty's
Wow,
fantastic.
that's pretty cool.
It's Hello Kitty dressed as All Might from My Hero Academia.
Yeah, I didn't even
Yep.
know that.
The
I didn't know
anime.
that existed. It's a customs though. See, it says customs. So if the customs.
Oh yeah,
that'll be
yeah,
different.
yeah, yeah. I see it,
Only
custom.
20 made.
That's crazy.
But see,
Next
customs
up,
are
go ahead.
very important too. A lot of customs you get what you want. Sometimes you get a good custom maker that
Is it like Build-A-Bear?
Yeah.
They put a little heart inside of it for you.
We got Qui-Gon Jinn, New York
Qui-Gon.
City's
Qui-Gon.
Qui-Gon, whatever.
New York City Comic Con.
Does he come with a
2,000
hole in him?
pieces. Sold for $4.99. He survived.
That actually is cheap. That's actually cheaper than what it's been selling for. This pop actually shot up and then it actually kind of leveled out. 2,000 pieces, New York City Comic Con, 2016. You know, they don't make that many limited edition pieces like they used to. That's why the older stuff is always much more desirable because it's rare. Well, hopefully Funko gets back in their thing and makes some limited edition pieces again. Good ones.
We got Doctor Who, the 13th Doctor, 2018 San Diego Comic Con exclusive. 13 pieces, 1,300 pieces, sold for $470.
Wow, a Doctor Who pop? Where's Sticks?
The 13th Doctor Who pop. That's
Yeah.
470.
Wow.
Jodie
Whittaker.
Listen, I've been up for almost 24 hours. All right, AOA, don't mess with me tonight. Make sure you guys hit that like button, please. And the last pop, Luke and Hans Stormtrooper. The Emerald City Comic Con exclusive sold for $17.50 for the pair.
I have the Luke. I don't have the Han.
You slacker.
wow.
What kind of fan are you?
Slacker.
You know what? I don't collect the Star Wars pops anymore like I used to. It's the Boba Fett's. And of what I've seen,
Good man. Stand strong, Dom. Stand strong.
2024 maybe a good year for Boba Fett pops because I've seen some stuff that might be coming out, some leaks. So I'm happy.
Ooh,
I've seen some things.
I've seen
seen
something.
something.
That's it.
I've seen some things.
There's a lot
And
of. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I'm saying there's a lot of interesting stuff that's gonna be that supposedly is dropping in 2024. So we're gonna find out next week. They have London Comic Con. I mean London Toy Fair, and usually if Funko's gonna be there, Funko's gonna potentially show some stuff that on the way out. So be pretty cool
Oh, nice.
to get some reveals, some stuff.
And
Sweet.
next up, FOC, ending tomorrow night. I think this is
It's a pretty
done
shitty
by,
week this week, I think.
Yeah, there really wasn't much on FOC.
Yeah, it was rough.
We got Batman 143, Batman and Robin number 6, and Deviant number 4. We got the sweater weather variant, the 1 in 50 Messia incentive, and the 1 in 50 Simmons incentive. I did not pick that sweater variant. That was all red 5.
Oh my.
Sweater weather variants.
Hey, Trey, we got to be pretty soon. As soon as we jump off here, we got to go.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, at least we'll be able to read Deviant 4 to see if they turn the corner on the story.
I like the bloody snow trail.
You know that
I like Simmons. I like his.
So Deviant Force should be out Tuesday or Wednesday, right?
No, this is next month. Wait, if that was April,
Oh yeah, this is so this will be
end of February, maybe.
It should be February, I believe. If it's an image book, so yeah, it should be around February, I believe.
Yeah. Transformers 5, the 1 in 50, 1 in 50 spoiler variant. I think it's going to be.
Who's gonna be? Is it Panther cover?
No.
No, it's not gonna be Panther. It's gonna transform.
I think it's gonna be. It has to be a Transformer.
Maybe.
Doesn't have to be.
Well,
Bumblebee.
Megatron.
No, Bumblebee has Goldbug.
Oh, stop! It's gonna be Flint and Lady J.
Not
Rise of the Powers of X number 2, the 1 in 50 Mac Storm Virgin.
That's a fun Mac cover.
Alien Black, White, and Blood number 1. Aha variant. Great covers.
Yeah, I like Aha in general. So
Spectacular. One Spectacular Spider-Man number 1 and 125 Nakayama.
I like that. That's gonna probably sell.
It's a
That's
good
gonna be a hot book.
Nakayama.
Mhm.
That's gonna be a hot book.
Savage Red Sonja number 4, the 1 in 15 Marini incentive.
Yeah, there's a lot of good. So all the Savage Sonya covers are good.
Speed Force number 4, the Lyrics Lee variant. Green Lantern number 8, Sweater Weather variant. Wesley Dobbs Sandman number 6, Albuquerque variant.
It's
like
a good
that.
book, by the way.
I like that. It looks like a Nor type of book. Yeah.
It is.
I was glad.
It-
I was
is
glad
right.
when they brought him back from the dead.
yeah, it's a good series. It was a fun read.
You know, I've always liked the Justice Society characters. Basically, I like that whole story. I've always liked the Justice Society better than the Justice League, to be honest.
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
Cabinet number 1, the 1 in 10 Savage incentive.
Savage is always hit or miss for me. I like this
Yeah.
cover.
I like this cover.
When she hits really well, and
It's
I
pretty
like this
cool.
cover.
We got some spec.
Not spec.
Free Comic Book Day Energon Universe Classified Reveal cover 2024 special. Who's going to be on this cover for Free Comic Book Day? Beneath the Trees Where Nobody Sees, number 1, the 3rd printing. And DC Free Comic Book Day special edition.
Batman.
Everybody's
Superman
holding
that cover. I know that.
Everybody's
Some
holding
of
their
these-
card.
Some of these like titles, you know, Something's Killing the Children, Beneath the Trees Where Everyone Sees. Like some of these titles in these books these days are just weird, man. The
Weird,
Nice
man.
House
Yeah, they
by
like-
the Lake. The
Get
Nice
out
House
there,
by the
get
Long
Lake.
out
titles.
there, man.
I
We
like The
got-
Nice House by the Lake though. It was a good book.
Ultimate Spider-Man
Yeah, it was.
number 2,
I like that.
the Talk variant, the Mahani
I
variant,
like that.
We got goblins,
They
man.
do
What's
the
the
goblin
there's our
cover.
goblins in here.
You know,
the
I'm a
1 in
Goblin fan.
25 Ruan incentive, and the
I
1
mean-
in 100 Virgin Ruan Virgin
Yeah.
incentive.
Oh,
I like the Talk
Goblin cover.
better. You like the
I'm so tired of virgins, and so let's just take away this minimal trade dress we have on here, and then make it a 1 in 100. It's a dick move.
it's a dick move.
Yeah.
In the spotlight, we got Inferno's number 1, cover A. Inferno's cover B, Cormac. The 1 in 10 Lotte, which I love.
Yeah, Matula.
The 1 in 15 Ward, which I always love a goat demon devil.
Christian Ward. I like Christian Ward's covers. He always does
It's a goat
something interesting.
demon devil thing, man.
Yes.
Good, man. Everything under the above.
And the 1 in 25 Simmons incentive.
What is he, a clown? You look like a clown.
Gotta love that big old pentagram on the center of the book there
Yeah.
with the goat, you know. It's your pentagram on the goat head, man.
Yeah, the goat demon thing, the goat demon, the Lucifer Satan thing. Yeah, yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I like Simmons. He's a very, like I said, he's a very. There's people that love his stuff. There's people that
Yo,
hate
Richard
it.
Simmons is definitely a good
And all I have to
icon.
say to people is stop worrying my goats. Stop it.
If you're still watching, God bless you, because I know there's tons of football on. Thank you, everyone, for showing up. And don't
It's
forget
just
tomorrow.
game.
Don't
If you're
forget
still
to-
watching, sorry about the weirdness. That's all I'm saying.
Don't forget to tune in tomorrow night, where I will be giving away not 1, not 2, but yeah, 2 copies.
Not
Also,
1, not 2.
Not 1, yes 2.
yes,
yes,
2.
2.
Yes, 2. 2.
2 copies of Ultimate Spider-Man number 1.
2.
So you have to be in the chat to win, and I think that's a great show for a Sunday night.
Listen, if you want to continue to see me and Paid, we're going to be over in the Star Wars show coming up next.
Be over on
On
the dark side.
Renovision.
Guessing there's going to be a lot of Thrawn talk tonight, man.
Yeah, a lot of Thrawn talk. So, and also maybe a giveaway. We'll see.
Ooh.
So hop on over to the Star Wars show.
So head over to the Star Wars show,
Over Renovision.
Renovision.
and
Hail
make sure
from
you
the
hit
dark
that
side.
like button, comment, or subscribe if you are watching on the rewind. And thank you guys for hanging out.
And ring that bell. Ring that bell. Yeah, there you go.
I don't have a bell. I don't have a stinking bell. No bell here. I don't need no stinking bell.
Yo.